Chapter 5 Water. All living things need water to stay alive. Life is not possible without water. We use water for different purposes in our daily life. We use water for drinking. We use water for bathing. We use water for cooking. We use water for washing. We use water for cleaning. We use water for putting out fire. Our body is made up of about 70% of water. The excess loss of water from our body on a hot day causes dehydration. Animals and plants also need water. Animals need water for drinking and keeping themselves cool. Plants need water for growing well. They also need water to make their food. Many animals and plants live only in water. They cannot live on land. Do you know 3 animals and 3 plants that live in water? Sources of water. We get water from many sources, but all sources of water depend on rain. When it rains, water collects in ponds, lakes and rivers. The rivers take water to the seas and oceans. The seas and oceans are huge water bodies, but we cannot use their water as it is salty. Some rainwater goes deep in the ground. This is called groundwater. We get this water through wells, hand pumps and tube wells. Rain, pond, lake, well, hand pump, tube well. Drinking water. Drinking water should be clean and free from germs. Water from ponds, lakes, rivers, wells and other sources is not clean. It contains germs and impurities. If we drink this water, we may become sick. We can make water clean by boiling it for 15 to 20 minutes. Boiling kills the germs in water. We can also use water purifiers to make water clean. In towns and cities, people get water through taps. This water passes through a number of stages before reaching our houses. Water from a river or a lake is first sent to a water treatment plant. Here germs in the water are killed. Then the water is purified to remove impurities. The purified water is then collected in a big overhead tanks and supplied to the taps in our houses through pipelines. We do not have a good supply of water everywhere. In some places, people have to go far off places to fetch water from a well or a water pump. Sometimes water tankers or even trains are used to supply water to these places. Storage of water. Water can be stored in many ways to be used later. In villages, people usually store water in earthenware pots called surahis or ghadas or even in buckets. In cities, however, water is stored in underground tanks as well as overhead tanks. Rainwater harvesting is the process by which rainwater is collected and stored for later use. 3 forms of water. Water exists in 3 forms in nature. 3 forms are called solid, liquid and gas. Let us learn about these forms. First, solid. Ice or snow is a solid form of water. A solid is something which is hard. Solid has a definite shape. Second, liquid. The water we use daily is the liquid form of water. Liquid has no definite shape. It takes the shape of the container in which it is poured. Third, gas. Steam or water vapor is the gaseous form of water. Gas has no shape. Water changes its form. Water changes its form when we heat or cool it. If we heat water for a long time, it starts boiling and changes into steam. If we cool the steam, it changes back into water. Similarly, if we cool liquid water in a refrigerator, it changes into ice. If we heat this ice, it changes back into water. Look at the following diagram. Heating, heating, cooling, cooling. Ice, water, steam. The water cycle, the journey of water. You now know that water changes its form when we heat or cool it. In nature, water changes its form on its own. When the sun heats the water in ponds, rivers, lakes and oceans, it changes into water vapor. The water vapor goes high up in the atmosphere and mixes with the air. When the water vapor passes through cold area, it cools down and changes into small droplets. When these droplets come close to each other, they take the shape of the cloud. When the clouds become heavy, the water falls down as rain. The rainwater again goes to lakes, ponds, rivers and oceans. This water gets heated again by the sun and makes water vapors. Thus a cycle known as the water cycle is constituted. The water cycle is a never-ending process.